Well, this is Still River Radio, and this is the old guy. And we're coming up on the Christmas season. And, this segment of the show is brought to you by the National Oxymoron and Double Entendre Commission. Yes, why say it directly when you could say it indirectly and make a larger impact? Double entendres, metaphors, and oxymorons. Remember, Jesus used them extensively too. And, we had to go get our Christmas tree a long time ago, the last real tree. And we had to go out where they cut trees down, about 20 miles north of Still River, up in the middle of nowhere, past this little podunk of a town that could only afford like one red light of their one traffic light. They didn't have a yellow and a green. And they had a little general store. It was like going back into the early 1900s. Things haven't changed in the hills and of the Berkshire Hills. And we went up to a little white barn by the side of the road where Appalachian type of family was running cut your own tree business. They had 2 barrels burning out in front of the barn entrance to keep people warm. And they had hot chocolate and coffee, which was nice. And there was one flat rate, and you go out and pick your own tree. I guess they owned the property. So me and my Norwegian friend, Minnesotan type, we went up, we brought a 2-man saw and a big axe. And we only had a little pickup truck, though, not a full size, which was a mistake. We went into the woods. It was like 7 degrees. And trees look a lot smaller outside than they really are. It took us half an hour to cut it down, and we couldn't drag it out of the woods, so one of the family members had to come up with a flatbed and a tractor and down the path and get it for us. It took 4 of us, and a winch to bring the tree up on the flatbed, and we ran back down to the barn to get some coffee because it was cold in the snow. And we looked up the road about 100 yards out. Comes the flatbed with a tree on it, and we're like, my God, oh my God. We cut down the Rockefeller Center tree. And they bring it down, and we go to put it on a truck. It ain't going to work. It covers the whole truck. You can't see the truck. And we look at each other. We need a bigger truck. So we go back down, another hour ride back, and our neighbor had a F-250 full-size pickup. We got back, and it was starting to get dark and even colder, and we had to cut a foot off the bottom and a foot off the top, and we tied it onto the truck, but we're cold, and we didn't tie it on really good. So on the way back, we're going by this lake on the left and like woods and lawns on the right. And I look back, and the tree's not there. And I said, hey. He goes, what? I said, the tree's gone. He said, what? I said, the tree's gone. He looks back, and then he looks back at me, why? The tree's gone. No kidding, Sherlock. And so right after we said that, up comes a bus on the left side, and a tour bus. And there was a sign on the side that said, New Britain Polka Band Holiday Tour Bus. And we're like, oh my God, our tree's gone. And we go and we turn around expecting the bus to have hit the tree or pushed it off the road. So we go back up and we see this big shrubbery on the lawn, but it wasn't a shrubbery, it was the tree. And we go and we spend the time and tie it on really good. and we bring it back. And we have to cut another 1.2 feet off the bottom, another foot off the top, tie it up really tight. It took 5 of us to drag it downstairs to the basement living room. And it took up 1/3 of the room. And the basement living room was big, really big. And so we had to make a makeshift ornament and light hanger on a long dowel pole. Somebody found a huge clothespin. It was the biggest clothespin I've ever seen. And they tacked it onto the top and made a cord down to eye hooks down to the bottom of the pole and made a duct tape handle with a little lever, like those kind of things they used to have in old stores, a grabber that reached up and grabbed, and we used that to put ornaments on it. We put a little hat on it, drew a duck's face, and we called it Dirty Pierre. And that's the last tree.